As a fan of anime myself, I would like to share with you the heartbreaking story of Nina Tucker from the popular anime Fullmetal Alchemist. Young Nina first appears in Chapter 5, when Alphonse and Edward Elric arrive at her father's estate in East City in order to study bioalchemy, using his specialized notes and resources. However, the lonesome youngster immediately strikes up a friendship with the Elric brothers and persuades them to spend a significant amount of their daily time playing with Nina and her adorable dog, Alexander. This immediately attracts Alphonse's attention, but Ed gets annoyed at Al for getting distracted. After Nina confides in the boys that her loneliness is largely caused by the fact that her mother left her father 2 years prior, just before Shō Tucker received his state alchemist certification, his increasing immersion into his research greatly limited the amount of time he was able to spend with his young daughter. The 3 children, and dog, become very close over the course of their brief acquaintance. The Elrics express their wish to play with Nina and Alexander and the 3 children, and Dog spend the majority of the time together playing as they quickly understand how Nina feels as they recall their own father giving little attention to them. Unfortunately, the young girl was unaware that her mother had actually become an unwilling test subject for the secretly mad state alchemist's chimerical experiments, and perished instead of leaving her family as Shō had stated. Nina tries to comfort her unhappy father as Shō's annual evaluation draws near and his license is in danger, but her reassurances only encourage him to resume his heinous practice. Shō uses the same process he used to transform his wife into a human chimera to transform Nina and Alexander into one while the Elrics are away. However, when Nina speaks innocently to him as his second speech-capable chimera, Edward learns the horror of what the Sewing Life alchemist has done. The scene in which the corruption is revealed is one of the most shocking and disturbing moments in the series. As Edward Elric confronts Tucker, Nina crawls up to him, still displaying the sweet and loving personality of the little girl Ed had met earlier in the series. The moment is heartbreaking as viewers realize that Nina's body has not just been tampered with, but that her very humanity has been ripped from her. She's trapped in an agonizing half-existence, unable to live or die as either a girl or a dog. And all this because of her father's selfish desires. Ed and Al apologize to Nina and leave, but they report Shō's activities to Colonel Mustang at Eastern HQ because they are unable to undo the transmutation and are at a loss on what to do. The Tucker house is labeled a crime scene as Shō and Nina are held under house arrest in anticipation of Sewing Life's incarceration and court-martial. But before his transport to Central City arrives, the state alchemist killer Scar pays the Tuckers a visit and kills Shō. Just before Scar kills her mercilessly, Nina begins to grieve for her father despite everything he has done to her. Having realized that her future in this shape can only be one of pain and suffering, Scar destroys the Chimera's insides with his destruction alchemy, swiftly terminating her life, and then prays for her soul as he exits the scene. The story of Nina Tucker is a tragic and gut-wrenching one that raises difficult questions about what we value as a society. Despite being an anime, it manages to convey a deep message that resonates with all of us. It is a stark reminder that science is a double-edged sword, that it can bestow great power and even greater ruin. The story reminds us to always think carefully about the consequences of our actions, a message that is all the more important given the state of our world today. I hope this story touched you as much as it did me, and that you consider watching Fullmetal Alchemist if you haven't already. Thank you for listening.